Hello, welcome. Today, I just want to talk you through very quickly the process of building out a lead generation magnet for your business. Okay. I've said it a million and one times, most people do lead magnets wrong. So if you're someone who's like, oh, I hate lead magnets, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, I always want the thing and then get hit with a million different emails, it's typically because people aren't approaching it the right way. They follow a cookie cutter formula from about 5 years ago that just doesn't work in the same way. So I really push people to do it authentically. So what is this kind of right way to creating and delivering a lead magnet? So first step, the most important step, is before we even get to actually making your lead magnet, it's about the background work. It's about the base understanding and strategy of your business. So the first thing that you have to do is have a really clear ideal customer avatar. So you have to understand who your client is or who your ideal client is and what their biggest challenges and problems are. So you have to, when creating a lead magnet, find something that's irresistible to your ideal customer. And until you know who they are, the issues that they have, the challenges that they might have, you will quite literally never get there. If you're noticing that you've made these lead magnets and no one seems to be downloading it, you haven't tapped into what your audience really needs. And in today's day and age, people do get a little bit skeptical about handing over their email addresses because of the previously mentioned poorly executed lead magnets. So you have to offer them something that is a non-negotiable. I always call them the irresistible lead magnets. It's something that these people need and want, so they won't think twice about giving you their email address because they know they need it. If you want some examples of what a good lead magnet looks like, HubSpot is a really big company, so absolutely don't compare yourselves to them, volume and what you can do, but they do a really great job with their lead magnets. And if you head over to their blog on their website, most of their blogs have a kind of free downloadable resource to go alongside. I know I've fallen trap of it a bunch of times and just been like, oh, fine, like I'll give them my email address. I know they're going to send me stuff, but it's fine because I really want this thing. The second step, once you have your topic, is to actually provide value. So don't make a trick resource. Don't make something that's only value is to sell and you're hiding the details from the people on the other end. So you've told them that you're going to give them their first 5 steps to setting up their new business, and really you just kind of skirt around what they actually need to do and tell them to work with you. It's not going to work. People who want to work with a business coach, if they get those 5 basic steps and they start the process of growth, they start going up that sliding scale of value, if they only get to like here, they're going to be really frustrated that they know they need to go further. So you almost have to take them over a hump. You have to get them over the first issue that they're having before you can try and sell to them. You've got to just give something. And a really good example that I say here is if you are a coach that's working with people that you're potentially going to be solving revenue and resourcing issues, so it's going to have an impact on their cash flow and their back pocket. It's going to be more easy for them to justify making that purchase to your coaching program if you've already saved them a couple of £100 or helped them get a couple of £100 of extra revenue. But I will say there's one caveat here. You want to give value, absolutely, but don't give them everything. On the opposite end of this spectrum, I know a lot of coaches that are wanting to help people so badly that they give too much. They give everything you need to know. They give the ins and outs of the program dumped into a quick 20-minute video or a downloadable PDF, and it becomes overwhelming for the person on the other end. Firstly, they're struggling to take in all of it and be able to action anything because it's knowledge that you've developed over years and is really simple to you, but isn't so much for them. Or you're giving them everything so they can just follow along and do the things that you tell them to do here, and they actually can maybe bypass working with you because you've given them everything that you need to give. So a good indicator of whether you're on the right path here, and the thing that I often tell people, is tell them the what, not the how. So give them the what they need to do, give them the first steps of what should be done or what could be done to support them, but don't tell them the how. If you tell them how, it's going to become a lot easier that they can just follow along to your free support and never actually need to work with you. You're kind of talking yourself out of a job. And the next step of any good lead magnet is to create an email follow-on automation. So you sign up for the resource, you do the thing that the resource tells you, feel great about it, and then you get a few follow-on emails from the person that you've signed up to. That is a really nice place to be. But the issue is a lot of people follow a sort of formulaic process of this. They will outline topics that they know they need to cover and they will start the process of selling, but they kind of dampen themselves. So the big piece of advice here is to make it sound like you. Yes, there are a few topics that you should cover, things like selling your package, giving extra value, all of that we go through inside of the one-to-one startup package that I've told you about previously. But more importantly is actually how it sounds and how it connects to the person on the other end. So please, please, please stop trying to do the slick marketing thing and start just writing it how you would if you were to write it in your Outlook or in your Gmail app. How would you say these things to someone who's in your network? Remember, your high ticket clients are going to be working with you as a coach because they have ultimately bought into you. So you have to be able to show them who you are. Plus, if you're being authentic, it will make it much easier for them to go through this know, like, and trust system that's in every sales funnel because you are there, you're easy to trust. We all know that energy can kind of convert. And if you're not being authentic to who you are, that can get picked up on and people will fall out of the sales funnel because they don't feel that connection with you that they will need to be able to work with you. So I hope that's been helpful. Those are just 3 main steps that I think are the must-haves in any irresistible lead magnet to make sure that it works. There is a lot more that you can do to optimize your lead magnet though. This is just the basics. So have a look at what you've already got set up if you have one and consider whether you've gone through this process. Do you know who your ideal customer is and what they need? Do you provide true value? And are you being authentic to yourself in the messaging following? If you are, you'll be on the right path to getting some good success from your lead magnet.